Okay, for the first few problems in my math lab, they only want you to, it's like they're asking you to do just one row of a truth table. And they're giving you the values here. Okay, so we're dealing with P, let me move this up here, P and the negation of Q. So the way I do these is I look at the information that they give me, and they're saying, all right, let P represent a false statement. So P's right here, and I'm just going to put the letter F there. And the negation of Q, and then they tell me that let Q represent a false statement. So I'm going to put a false right here underneath the Q. And then it says find the truth value of the given compound statement. Okay, so when you're looking at this false and negation of false, the first thing that you're going to calculate is the negation of false. The negation of false. If you are not false, then that means you are true. So now what I have is false and a true. Now I have to remember back to the conjunction, which means and. The only time that you'll get a true result is if they're both trues, because it has to be true and true to get a true. Remember my example? You have to be both. I forget what the example was. Let's see. It was a class. Oh, yeah. You have to have taken the prerequisite and have gotten a C or better. So since I have one false, this thing here is going to be, I'm going to finish up. The false and true ends up being a false. And so I'll bubble on that. And that's my math lab number 1. Okay, I'll go ahead and do 2. 2 is similar. It says determine the truth value for the statement below when P is true, Q is true, and R is true. Okay, so let me rewrite this because it's so tiny. Okay, we've got the negation of P and Q, or the negation of R. And up here, they told me that, let's see, when P is true, so this is going to become the negation of a true, and I'm just going to go ahead and do all the rest of this in black. Here we go. Instead of switching pens back and forth over and over. Okay, so P is true, Q is true, so I need a true here, and R is true, so put a true there. Okay, so the order in which you do these is, since you see a set of parentheses, that's just like regular old order of operations. Start with the parentheses first. Now inside the parentheses, I have an or and a negation. The negation should come first. So we are going to calculate this right here. If you're a true and you negate it, that means you're not true, which means you're a false. And I'm just going to copy the rest of this down as I see it. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is finish what's in the parentheses, which is this or. And when when you have a true or a false, true or false, as long as one of them's true on an or, you get a true. Remember, on the or, the only time you got a false is when they were both false. So this was that example of the little girl. Mom said, you can invite a kid from your class or a girl from the or a kid from the neighborhood. And she was trying to sneak somebody in from her baseball team or whatever. I don't remember what I said, but anyway, as long as one of them's true, then the whole thing is true. And now we have the negation of true and true. Parentheses are gone. So now when I'm looking at this line or this row right here, the negation comes next. So I'm back to doing the negation. And the negation of true, this means not true. If you are not true, you are false. And so now I'm down to my last calculation, which is the false and true. And remember, on an and, how about pink? There we go, pink. If you're doing a false and a true, the only time you get a true on a conjunction, on an and, is when they're both true. So this is a false. Ooh. So for those of you that were thinking, well, all the statements started out true, doesn't the whole thing become true? Not necessarily. And this is an example of a false.